My name's Dean Edward and I am founder of In-House. Thank you very much for taking the time to come to the office today. I can't wait to show you how great animal feed is. So today what we're going to see in the farm is an investment into animal feed. Animal feed, you may be asking, how do I make money from that? Well, let's see. Good to see you. Nice to meet you. Oi. So when you come on this trip, make sure you bring your bottle of water. Right now, you're looking at one of the biggest assets in Malaysia's future, and not many people even know it yet. This is Napier grass, more commonly known as elephant grass, and it's the backbone of Malaysia's livestock industry. Here's the reality. Malaysia imports 80% of its beef and dairy, and demand for meat and dairy continues to rise. So the country's had no choice but to step up local production. But there's a bottleneck. You can't step up cattle production without feed, and that's where this comes in. Napier is one of the most resilient crops on the planet. This particular one is a hybrid that can grow up to 7 times per year. Continuously regenerates again and again after every cut. Specifically bred for cattle, and this is where the food chain starts in Malaysia. Cut, turned into silage, stored and transported to one of Malaysia's 29,000 cattle farms. As a feed, it's not only the best quality food, especially dairy cows can eat, it's also the cheapest. This isn't a small trend. The industry is already worth billions. The Malaysian government are already putting in billions more and offering tax incentives and subsidised government land to support local Napier farms and cattle livestock farms. As the demand for meat goes up, so does Napier every single time. This is why it's starting to get some serious attention across the country now. Because it's not just about farming, it's about Malaysia's food security. There are new cattle farms and dairy farms opening every day now in Malaysia to take advantage of not only the government incentives, but they also want to profit from this industry. The best part about this, guys, is that we've found a way that you can profit from this without having to own an entire farm.
Simon's been an agronomist all over the world for 30 years.
Hector and Simon.
Hector and Simon. No, this is a nursery.
This is my 3rd visit. We're here today with 5 sets of investors that have just recently invested in the farm, and now they're just gone now, as you can see behind, to go and see their plots.
Laid flat in a trench, and then it starts to grow out of the trench. So what you're seeing here is this is a nursery.
So this is what the grass looks like after just 60 to 70 days. So this is what we're buying. Now this grass is special. Normal Napier grass has 4 harvests a year and about 10% protein level. And it has very thick bristles on the leaf itself, which causes cows to uneasily digest, and it tickles their throat a lot. So you find the cows don't eat that much of it. This one, as you can see, very smooth, no bristles at all, so the cows can eat it much more easily. It's also got 19% protein in this grass. You can almost eat it yourself. 19% protein, which means it feeds the cow and makes it more full, more quicker, and it's more nutrient dense. It also grows 7 harvests a year, meaning as investors, we make more money and we can produce more of it more often. We are sitting on the start of a major change in Malaysian agriculture as it seeks to get back its food sovereignty, support Malaysia and support this farm and make money at the same time. There are new cattle farms being launched in Malaysia every single day, and the cows have to eat. Currently in Malaysia, dairy cows are only producing between 12 and 14 litres of milk per cow. In Australia and the UK, that figure can go up to 60. The Malaysian cows at the moment, with a poor diet, are producing 3 times less milk than their counterparts in New Zealand and the UK. The only way to fix that is to feed them better quality food. That's where Fortis Farms comes in. That's where your investment comes in. To give you an idea of scale, guys, F&N have 5,000 cows 5 kilometers away from this farm just over there. Our farm is 300 acres. We can only feed at full capacity in this farm 500 of their cows. That's one farm. There are hundreds in this country already and hundreds more launching. The scale of the demand is monstrous. Imagine having the only durian farm in Malaysia. That's the equivalent of where we are now with hybrid tropical grass, animal feed grass in this country. The nursery. This is where your investment will grow initially before it's moved to another part of the land. By investing in Fortis, in this grass, you are also investing in Malaysia's food sovereignty, and you're bringing Malaysia's beef and dairy in-house rather than having to rely on importing it from other countries. The world of agriculture is changing. Countries now are exporting less and less crops to other countries, and they're more focused on growing their own and feeding their own people before others. It isn't just about making money, guys. This is about helping your country start producing its own beef and its own dairy that it can be proud of. It's about you getting fresh milk in your grocery stores rather than relying upon imports and pasteurized stuff. I've lived in this beautiful country for 15 years, and I've been looking for a long time for a passive investment that will really help the country do something special. Not many investments you can do where you're not only making money, you're helping a government and you're helping a whole nation change the landscape of such an important product. We take for granted being British sometimes. We can get fresh milk whenever we need, so much so we've got a huge surplus that we export. The government have always set wheels in motion by investing billions, making cattle farming and crop investment income tax free for 10 years. The wheel has already been moving for a number of years in this direction already.
Imports for dairy and meat. So there's a lot of scope for Malaysia to expand, and for local Malaysian businesses like this or like a farm to take advantage of that. So Farm Fresh was one of the first companies that did that. They've been very successful. They've got farms across in Pahang, Kuantan, near Mutsum Shah, and also down in Johor.
We were both working for big multinationals, BP, oil and gas, and BAT. I was Dunhill and Benson Hedges and all that type of stuff. I was on the farming side in Kelantan, right? At about 2006-07, they wanted us to leave, right? And we decided to stay because we love this place. And in 2011, we imported the grass from Thailand. It was developed by the Thai Department of Animal Nutrition, right? But back in those days, we used to do projects for other people, and not just grass. I worked with Dole, well, we both worked with Dole in Mindanao. That's probably the world's biggest pineapple farm. I started the world's biggest coconut farm in Palawan in Philippines. You know, when you say biggest, it's like 200, 300 square kilometers, right?
Jeez.
Heisel and myself, we started the world's biggest black pepper farm in Trengganu for a company called McCormick. But oddly, you know, during COVID, because of the focus on food sovereignty and food security, we've managed to start doing our own projects. And we have this project, we have another project in Sarawak, which is still grass, but for a slightly different use. That's for
I explained on the bus.
for fuel, but that's like a couple of thousand hectares, right? And that's quite a lot bigger. So we're quite used to, well, particularly three of us, starting up big farms, right? But the thing is, we've been working with this grass, Hector and I personally, since 2010?
Yeah.
I spent a whole heap of time in northern Thailand with the Thai Department of Animal Nutrition, a guy called Dr. Krylas, who bred this grass. And what's important to note is that it's certified sterile, so it can't be a weed, and it's non-GMO, which is very important. So we've been doing this quite a few years, and there's no point in us leaving Malaysia because you can't grow this grass in the UK. So it's pretty much the grass that keeps us here, right? Well, and the food, of course. This isn't our first rodeo.
20, 30 years ago, Thailand was kind of in the same position as Malaysia is now.
Okay.
And realizing that they wanted food security, but food sovereignty. And so they needed to develop this, and that was one of the reasons behind developing this grass. So it's transformed the Thai beef industry, and as Simon says, up to 20,000 hectares now is growing in Thailand just for animal food.
You'll remember, another way to look at it is you'll remember way back Thailand used to be the biggest exporter of rice,
Yes.
and then they shut the door.
Yes.
That's when they recognized about food security and food sovereignty, right? So it's all for them. Feed the people first. And it's been the same with the dairy and beef industry as well, right? Pretty much all the agricultural industries. They don't export much anymore. So now Vietnam is the world's biggest exporter of rice.